Oh, I'm Larry. This is Carter's Country. And I've got Justin here with me today, and we're going to talk a little bit about a question that we get asked quite a bit at the gun counter.
Absolutely.
And actually, it's something you'll hear at all three of our locations. People asking about different types of ammo. And we're going to go into some of the basics here today. You've got your target ammo, or what you call practice ammo, I guess.
Yeah.
We've got a couple different kind of hollow points we're going to talk about here. One's a true hollow point. One is a polymer-filled self-defense round. So there's options when you're shooting, and you need to know about them before you make your purchase, especially if you're just going to be at the range, shooting at some targets. You don't want to run the higher, more expensive ammo at the time to do that. So there's advantages and disadvantages for all of these because, of course, they're made for different purposes. So let's just kind of go through and let me just quiz you a little bit. What advantages would you have for the full metal jacket or the target round?
I mean, the main thing that we always recommend to all customers is, what are you going to be doing with your ammo? So if you are at the range practicing, you bring out your full metal jackets for that purpose only, which is practice with them. They're way more cost effective, so your box of ammo on full metal jackets tends to be half the price at 50 rounds as your hollow points and self-defense rounds. You're going to get usually 20 rounds per box with your hollow points and self-defense rounds, and then you're going to get 50 rounds per box with all your full metal jackets at half the cost, more ammo, more time to practice with, and so on and so forth. That's the basics of what a full metal jacket is. So we go from full metal jacket ammo to more of your hollow point scenario. And basics of a hollow points, just for the average person to understand, is when you use hollow points, they're meant to impact, and then once they impact, they then mushroom out and then slow down and release all the force that they can into whatever you're shooting at.
Right, it's going to mushroom.
Object.
I mean, you can see where the name hollow point comes from. It's literally hollow in there. And
we're a real logical industry here.
And if you're shooting this, so that we don't get graphic with this, if you're shooting at the ballistic gel that you shoot in to test rounds performance, when it hits, what's going to happen, this little copper shoulder here is going to fold out because whatever you hit is going to go inside, and the force of that round going through at the speed it's going through, the copper is going to yield, and as you said, mushroom out. It's going to widen the channel that bullet is going to leave as it's going into whatever it's going into. So if you were having to use this in a self-defense situation, once it goes in, it's going to widen and it's going to do even more damage than you would think the diameter of this round as it sits here would allow it to.
One of the key parts of a hollow point is that when it does release all that force into the object you're shooting, it will tend to stay where it's at, right? It immediately slows down, all the velocity is taken out of it, and one of the differences between a full metal jacket and a hollow point is just that a full metal jacket has a potential to go through an object, and you have to be aware of whatever's past that object that you're dealing with.
Right. It can kind of over penetrate, or like you said, pass completely through. And if there's anything behind that, it could catch some of the fire too.
And you have to be careful.
Yeah.
Of that. So it's all awareness, but I think the key component is that a lot of force goes into stopping power right here.
Right.
So
absolutely.
One of the more recent advances in self-defense ammo is going to be your Hornady Flex Tip. They put a polymer tip into it, so it'll penetrate through the clothing, penetrate deeper before the expansion, and then you're getting all that much power and force deeper in the cavity that you're working.
Yeah, you're not wanting this to expand to put a big hole in a jacket.
Yeah,
That's
you want it to expand when it gets inside and starts working its magic.
Yeah, you've got the polymer insert right there. It's going to make it a little more aerodynamic. It's going to get you through heavy clothing before it expands. And you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, the skills of our camera person can be kind of hit or miss, but this copper here that holds this polymer insert in place is scored. Once this gets where it needs to go and the polymer's free of the round, it's going to help that copper get out and get out fast to do what it needs to do. So in a situation, cooler temperatures, people wearing more clothing, things like this, this thing definitely has some applications. It's a really well thought out round, kind of ongoing innovation with personal defense ammunition. Which I'm all for, because the better the personal defense ammunition, the safer the innocent people are when they have to use self-defense.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, so good on them for the innovation. Yeah, when you're at the counter, if you see 2 or 3 different hollow points up there, which you will because we work hard to try to keep a variety, don't be shy about asking to look at the bullet.
And it all makes a difference.
Yeah,
yes.
Look at it. We can get a sales guy over there to kind of explain, here's the thought process behind this round, here's the thought process behind this round, and on down the line, so that once you do load that thing up, to either put it on your hip, or put it in your vehicle, or put it in your home, you'll be confident that what you've got is going to do the job if it's ever asked to do it.
Yeah, we're always here to help.
Yeah. Remember, if you've ever shopped, shot, or hunted with us, you're already a part of the Carter's Country family. Till next time, adios.
Adios.